Hello, thanks for joining us today. I'm Jay Flynn, Director of the Homes for Heroes Foundation. I'm joined today by National Veterans Homeless Support President George Taylor Jr. and Savannah Stevens, Homes for Heroes Real Estate Specialist. Guys, it's my honor to be here with you.
Oh, happy to be here too.
Very,
Thanks, Jay.
very happy to be here.
Awesome. So, George, through the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving, the Homes for Heroes Foundation is able to provide grants to nonprofits whose mission is to help our heroes who are in need. Savannah and I are honored to present this $5,000 Homes for Heroes Foundation grant to National Veterans Homeless Support. Congrats.
Yay!
I wish we had a big crowd in the background going, woo!
I know.
That would be awesome, right?
Right now.
But it's just you two in a room. Okay, it'll be all right. So let's just chat for a little bit about National Veterans Homeless Support and kind of learn more about what you guys are doing. So, George, tell us how you guys were created, where the National Veteran Homeless Support came from, how long you've been serving veterans. Just give us a little bit of background.
Yeah, so my father in 2008, he founded the organization here in Brevard County, Florida. Essentially, it started out with, at the time, there was 1,800 homeless veterans living in Brevard County. And so there was probably 10,000, homeless living in every little patch of woods all over the county. And so him and his friends essentially would go out. They were members of the Disabled American Veterans chapter up there, and they would go out into the woods and essentially just go out and find homeless veterans and encourage them to join, file for their VA claims and that kind of stuff. Well, with all the homeless that was happening around the Great Recession, essentially some of the local governments weren't. They were handling it the best they could, to put it nicely. So some of what they would do is they would tear up some of the camps. The guys would have to move. And so my dad was like, well, you know what, let's start an organization and we'll buy a piece of land and all the homeless vets can just go live there. Nobody will bother them. And what you find out real quick is that nobody really wants to have a tent city living in their neighborhood. And so really, whenever I came on board in 2009, I would sit there and look at what they were doing. And it was pretty clear. I was like, what was unique about what this organization was doing was we were going out into the woods, meeting homeless veterans where they lived, and getting them connected to resources to get them off the streets. And so our mission at that point became eliminating veteran homelessness in Central Florida. And we've been working real hard at that ever since. So fast forward to today, we just had a point in time count in January. There was 170 homeless veterans living in Brevard County. So well over a 90% reduction since we were founded. And so since then, we've been able to expand our services to include transitional housing. We have a couple of homes that we can put homeless veterans in. And then another big part that's really growing in our program is prevention of homelessness in the first place. So a veteran has an eviction notice, and then we step in, provide case management, find the root cause of what happened with them in the first place, and then give them the financial resources either through ourselves or through partner agencies that have grant funding specific to their need. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what our organization does. My father loved the sound of National when him and his buddies are like, man, National helping vets, so big sounding organization, but definitely a relatively small organization, about 6 full-time folks, and then about 15 of us volunteers that are keeping this machine going.
That is awesome. It sounds like you guys have really made a big difference for sure.
Oh yeah, it's been, it really, it comes to the Brevard County in particular, it's 10% of the population are veteran, which is kind of unique nationwide. And so we've, over the last 15 years, we've been really good at building political relationships with like the sheriff and the different chief of police, to where honestly we have a good ecosystem around here, to where veterans in trouble before they even go and break up their camp, they'll give us a call, give us a moment to work with the veteran and move them, but they're not willing to go into a house. So it's honestly, we're very blessed to be where we're at. It was always like that, but as we started showing people the work we do, they kind of became inspired and they supported our efforts, and so far so good.
Awesome. How cool to be able to rally your whole community to find your same goal, like be able to get the police, chief of police, to be able to, hey, we're about to do this. Like, how cool to bring your whole community together like that to support veterans. Like, amazing.
It's completely amazing. So, Savannah, I know you're a big supporter of all of our heroes. As a Homes for Heroes real estate specialist, what led you to nominate these folks for the Homes for Heroes Foundation grant?
Well, like you just heard, kind of a no-brainer, right? So, like you said, I'm a really big supporter in all things heroes. My husband, I'm a military spouse. I was an ER nurse for about a decade, so I knew that when I started doing real estate, that serving heroes was going to be kind of the foundation of my real estate practice. And so, as soon as I joined Homes for Heroes, I made it kind of my priority to go out and meet other nonprofits that had my same goal in mind. And these guys were actually one of the first that I came across, which is like lucky, right? And after my first meeting with them, I was completely blown away with all the good that they've done for my community. And so, yeah, I felt it was a no-brainer to put the nomination in for them. And I'm so happy it came into fruition. And I'm honored to be a part of it, and even such a small way. And I know they're going to just continue doing amazing things with this money. So thank you guys so much.
That's awesome. So George, we've already said we're so honored that we're able to support you guys with this $5,000 grant. Give us a little bit of insight on how you guys will use these funds to support our veterans.
So honestly, like when you look at since 2019 till today, average rent in Central Florida as a whole has increased 33%. Incomes remain essentially flat due to inflation. And so what you found is that average people, regular people, not just extremely low income individuals, are finding themselves on the verge of homelessness. And so we first started doing in 2020, first started doing financial assistance for veterans. It was more around Christmas time. Somebody nominates a veteran that's in need. We kind of, we'll pay a bill for them or something like that, just kind of alleviate the holiday pressure. And then to where now, we could get, put a good dent in the situation for a couple $100s, where now sometimes, you think about how much rent is, $1,800, for a 2-bedroom. And so 2 months behind, $3,600 is the impact. And so fortunately, because of partnerships like this, we've been able to not have to turn anybody away due to a budgetary concern, but it's been pretty intense. 20% increase in 1 year, and just clients needing this kind of assistance. So just in the last year, we had 102 veteran families, so almost 200 people total that we have prevented their homelessness in the first place. And so that's what we're going to use these funds for. 100% will go to that process, is to kind of just keep that ball moving, because we don't get to keep the homeless veteran population down if we don't stop it from happening in the first place. And so we're very dedicated to that.
That's awesome that you guys are like a point of intervention to keep the bad thing from happening. That's awesome. So you talked about how you're going to use the funds, George. Do you have a story that you could talk to us about that kind of shows the impact that you guys made on a specific veteran's life?
Oh, absolutely. So one of the ones to me is it's a good story because it's very relatable to a lot of people in the community, not just a veteran. The fact that it was a veteran, that's how they came across us, but it could really happen to anybody. And so Jasmine is an Army veteran, a single mother who was pregnant, was working, and essentially had a plan to work until one part, in her pregnancy, and then have the money saved up to be able to carry her through her maternity leave. And then luck would have it, she would end up having some medical complications that required her to be on bed rest months before she was get ready to do that. And so as a result, you have a single mother about to have a baby and is literally got an eviction notice, and she's about to be put on the street. So that we were able to not only get her in a good spot, get her, pay off we paid not only her past due rent, but we also paid 2 months into the future so she could just chill out and get healthy. And so she ended up having a baby, and then we ended up getting her income reevaluated because she had a subsidized housing voucher for veterans. And so we ended up getting that reevaluated with the case management and getting her minimum payment dropped significantly so that she could be sustainable moving forward.
Wow, that is awesome. That is truly awesome. So I know I checked out your website. I really, really like the Get Involved page. So this is your opportunity. Hey, how can folks get involved? And you've got a Get Involved page. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, so we try to make it as simple as possible. But if you go to our website, NVHS.org, and we have 3 options right there front and center. So you have obviously Get Involved is where we post all our volunteer opportunities. We post them on volunteermatch.org, and then they automatically populate on our website. The other thing is we have our Get Help link, which essentially is a HIPAA compliant It takes like 3 minutes. It can take pictures of all their supporting documentation. But if a veteran is in need, not just obviously, we tell people to fill out that it's the intake form. So we gather all their information regarding their situation, so we can react rapidly to their particular situation, customized to them. So it's really quick and easy. The Get Help link. I like to tell people, like, if you know a veteran in our area that's in need, just point them, tell them to go to our website. They click the Get Help link, and they're good to go. And then obviously, the organization doesn't thrive, it doesn't survive on beans, So sometimes we have to have cash donations, and so just like this $5,000 check, obviously you can donate on our website also. But we're on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter or X, and so so we post stuff on there constantly.
That's awesome. So Savannah, it sounds like you are right there in the heart of helping heroes there with these guys. I mean, you guys are doing such a great job.
Yep, it really felt like fate meeting them. Like I said, they were one of my first nonprofits that I met with, and I was like, boom, like jackpot. These guys are doing exactly what my goal is, serving heroes in the community, and that's exactly what they've been doing. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you both for taking some time to chat with me and join me today, and everything that you guys are doing to support our heroes. For those that are watching, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us to hear a little bit more about National Veterans Homeless Support and its mission of service to our veterans, keeping them from becoming homeless. Show us a little bit of love. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a comment. Make sure you tune in to future episodes to hear all about the nonprofits that the Homeless Heroes Foundation is partnering with and helping nationwide to support our heroes who are in need. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember, just take a moment out of your day, take just a second, and say thank you to a hero. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Grants from the Homes for Heroes Foundation are made possible by the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving and its network of real estate professionals who are committed to providing savings to hero groups such as firefighters, EMS, law enforcement, military, active and veterans, healthcare professionals, and teachers. To learn more about the savings available to heroes through Homes for Heroes, or to learn more about how the Homes for Heroes Foundation is helping heroes in dire need, visit homes